Hey, it's Anna Aya, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out here in the studio with Anna, and I'm super excited to be talking to you today.
Me too.
You've got a pretty exciting week coming up as you're prepping for an incredible performance. Talk to me a little bit about what it is, what that like leading up to a performance looks like for you.
Well, it is my first live performance ever as a singer. So
what a way to kind of like start that.
I know. I'm genuinely so like thankful and grateful that it was the Dodger Stadium that I get to perform my first, like, you know. So I'm not really familiar with like the course of it all, but I am rehearsing with my back dancers and learning new choreography. And yeah, it's just been a really fun time, like coordinating like the ideas for like outfits and makeup and hair and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's exciting because it's a very special night as well. But also prior to this, Yoshiki was one of the ones that has performed, and Yoshiki had a pretty big year last year where it was this Dodger performance, and it was like being the first Asian artist to have his hands at Chinese Grauman's Theater. So you're following up a legend, and that must feel amazing.
It really does. And he's obviously like an icon. And, you know, my mom's been a big fan her whole life. So I've been hearing all about him all the time. And yeah, just it's honestly such a blessing that I was able to like, you know, follow in his footsteps at least a little bit. And yeah, I just hope to live up to a little bit of that standard and make the Japanese like country proud. And yeah, I just want to spread like the culture because I'm really proud to be Japanese and I'm really happy that I'm able to be part of this.
For you being Japanese and being creating music here in the US, what kind of challenges do you feel like that kind of has given you? Or maybe you didn't have any challenges. Maybe more doors kind of opened up for you. Like, what was that experience like trying to get kickstarted with your music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, J-pop is a very like not much of an explored genre in the United States. So it was definitely a little bit challenging introducing that a little bit. And obviously as a new artist, I don't even know the music industry that well even, but just kind of diving into that J-pop industry and you know, spreading that like awareness has been a little bit of a challenge when I don't know how to like, you know, get people to get interested. But definitely I'm proud, and I'm proud of my music and, you know, my culture. So hopefully people will, you know, resonate with that and embrace that for me.
Now you're mentioning like kickstarting your music, and you kickstarted with a song that had a lot of attention on it. It's also a very catchy song.
Thank you.
So talk to me a little bit about like jumping in and releasing this first single, Someone Else, and what that creative process was like for you.
It was my first time recording a song, obviously, but Someone Else is a J-pop like bilingual song, and it was originally actually an English song written by Michael and Louis Bell, and I was able to translate the English lyrics into Japanese and make it kind of my own, which was really special for me because it made the song very like special to me, like as a person, like personally. And yeah, so I think it was really fun for me, the whole process. And I'm just really happy that, you know, Hit Me With Your Love is also out now. And that's also bilingual. And, you know, I'm writing more songs in Japanese and English now. So, yeah.
What is it like creating music in two different or in multiple languages? Just because the same topic doesn't always mean the same in a different language, right? So what is that process like when you're creating it from English to Japanese or Japanese to English?
Well, I did grow up in LA. I was born and raised here, but I've always been back and forth with Tokyo and like in Japan. So it's always been a constant for me to be translating between Japanese and English. So, you know, with like friends or family, I'm always used to doing that. And it's made me realize like a bunch of little phrases in different like languages where I'm like, oh, I could never say this in Japanese, but let me think of a way that I can like make people understand. And that's been like a really fun challenge for me in translating for music because, you know, melodically it also has to go, and Japanese is a very pretty language in my opinion. So it's really fun to like make it flow and stuff like that.
That's really cool because like even the melodies don't always transition the same when you kind of change it up. And then even like lingo, when it comes to like English lingo wouldn't make sense in Japanese and vice versa.
Exactly.
How did this opportunity kind of teach you to become a better songwriter even though it's only been a couple songs?
Definitely like making the like lyrics go with the melody.
Yeah.
Because when you have like a specific message that you want to portray and there's only certain ways that you could phrase things, you're just like, how do I make this work in this way? But it's been really fun to, you know, experiment with that with my producers and new writers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, obviously I also have done translating on TV.
Yeah, you've had some experience doing that. So
yeah, when I was like
second
13.
nature.
No, but yeah, with like Steve Harvey and Ellen, like it was really fun for me to like, you know, like for example, like did you see the mini Bruce Lee that I translated for?
No, I did not.
No, really? He's so cute. He's like a little like 5-year-old boy that like only spoke Japanese, and I was trying to translate between him and Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
And Steve Harvey was like, tell him I love him. But I can't say that in a way in Japanese where it doesn't sound like kind of weird. So I just like told him that, and then he was just like, he didn't know what to say back. So he literally just said, arigato, which means thank you. Yeah. So it was kind of like, I love you, thank you. So it was kind of like a funny moment, and stuff like that like makes me want to like write in Japanese and English too, because like I could never explain it in the exact way, but through the songs, like I feel like people can understand it being bilingual.
Right.
You know,
when it comes to your producers and co-writers that you have, how have these chemistries been between all of you in the studio, and has it been like a natural process for you, or did it take you some time to get comfortable with them before you started writing music or working on music with them?
Oh, it definitely took me a while. Not with like the people, but just like the environment in general, like being in the studio, hearing my voice in like my headphones. I was just like, this is so trippy. Like, how do I, and like harmonizing was also like a big like struggle for me in the beginning, because you know, Michael and stuff kind of had to teach me, and I had to work with vocal coaches, and I had to hear it, and I was just like, I can hear it, but I can't say it. But yeah, it's been a fun process, and I'm definitely feel more comfortable in the studio now and throwing in ideas. And I realize that it's not like bad to like have bad ideas. Right. And then, you know, something I could feel like, oh, this is going to be weird, but it like ends up working. So yeah, it's just been like a trial and error process. And yeah.
As you continue to release more music, how have your vocals kind of changed, your vocal range as well? Like, do you feel more comfortable singing in different ranges or testing out different vocal ranges now?
I don't want to sound too, you know, but I think I have progressed a little bit, and my range definitely, I think, did get a little wider. My voice is usually kind of lower as like a woman. So like my tone was like kind of lower in songs. So for Someone Else, which was my first single, it was kind of more like a lower range, and that was more comfortable for me to sing. But with Hit Me With Your Love, my second single, it's way higher. So my vocal coach, like whenever I was working with him first, he was like, I don't know if you can reach this, and I'm like, I don't know either. But we definitely got there, and now I think I'm able to sing it comfortably. So it's
not only higher, but it's very upbeat. I feel like you're jumping around while you're like singing this. Yeah. And you mentioned earlier, for this performance on July 2nd at Dodger Stadium, you're gonna have dancers as well. So when you think about the choreography, is that something that you think about in the writing process, the recording process, or is that something that you think about after?
I think it was definitely incorporated, because I've been a dancer mostly my whole life. I was a ballerina since I was 3, and I've been doing jazz and hip hop recently. Yeah. And I definitely wanted to like have a dancey pop song. So with Hit Me With Your Love, I think we're gonna have some really fun choreography where I'm gonna be singing, but I'm also gonna be like up and down, jumping, you know, with my dancers. And I definitely think about that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So for those fans that are not familiar with you, what is the main reason that you wanted to start to become an artist, to be part of the music industry? You've obviously been in the industry for some time, but why did you want to become an artist?
Well, I always did love music. As a child, I was always singing. I was always like going up to people and like performing and like putting on fashion shows. So I always loved stuff like that and going on stage, and that's definitely been like a big part of me. And music was a way for me to express myself through the music also, but also like dance and fashion and beauty, like, which is something I've always loved and worked with in the industry. So it was just like a new channel for me to, you know, really express myself and have fun with who I am and experiment things. And yeah, I'm just hoping to get J-pop out there and embrace my culture and my background. And yeah.
It sounds like you just like challenges. You
I
want to
do.
step it up every single time.
I do. Why not give anything a try, honestly? I think it's better to try it out and, you know, not regret it later than not testing it out and be like, I should have done that.
Yeah.
You know?
With the different arts that you've done in your life, which one do you feel has been the most challenging to kind of execute?
Definitely singing. Definitely singing. It's so fun for me, obviously. But yeah, I am not like a natural born like singer, I would say. So yeah, it's been really fun to like know who I am and what my real voice is and just try out different things and, you know, through this whole like process, find like what my voice is really. But it's been fun.
Nice. And we're excited to be here and being able to experience you kind of discovering yourself as an artist.
Thank you.
I feel like
I'm
that's
still in the process.
That's the fun part when you see someone start out and then you see how much they evolve and how they evolve. I feel like that's really exciting. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that from you.
Thank you.
To close us out, this performance is July 2nd at Dodger Stadium. What can fans look forward to as far as the performance?
Definitely look out for the fashion and the choreo, the dancing. And yeah, I'm just hoping to make it a great show. My first live performance, please be easy on me. But I just want to get the whole stage like hyped up and the crowd. And yeah, I just hope it'll be a fun Japanese heritage night at the Dodger Stadium.
There you go. Get your tickets. If not, tune in. And thank you for watching here on Front Row Live.
Thank you. Bye.